All right, guys. ESPN Seth Walder graded every NFL team's offseason.
Now, I got to take Seth Walder, no offense to him, with a grain of salt, because I think he gave the Rams a C for the Myles Garrett trade.
A C plus.
That's absurd.
Which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So he's going to take a hit.
I don't know how I could take him seriously when you give the Rams a C. Give the Browns whatever you want. You want to give the Browns an A plus, fine.
Rams got an A in that one. The Rams got a C. The Browns got an A.
Yeah, that's absurd.
Great.
That's
but
idiotic.
This exercise for Seth Walder was grading each team's offseason in terms of team building. Moves he liked, moves he didn't like, just the overall team building for the future. These are the bullet points that I have an explanation for what he wrote. According to Seth Walder, the Browns' best move was trading Myles Garrett. They gave him an A+ when we did the post-grade rankings from Seth Walder. The worst move, in his opinion, was trading for Tytus Howard and extending him to the contract, which the Browns did. He just pointed to his slight decline in play, and as he ages, may not be worth that level of money for a team in the Browns' current situation. And the biggest question mark was not addressing the quarterback room. On the question mark, Walder wrote, and I quote, "A better path would have been to treat Watson as a sunk cost and perhaps acquire another long shot quarterback, Spencer Rattler, Tanner McKee, Tyson Bagent, to compete with Sanders. The Browns need as many chances as they can get to find their next long-term quarterback, and Watson is almost certainly not going to be it." G. Bush, fair evaluation or unfair evaluation from Seth Walder on the totality of the Browns offseason?
I mean, that evaluation sounds like everybody's evaluation. This ain't like...
You know there's nothing to talk about with the Browns.
Yeah.
This is the only thing we got.
This is master and obvious right here. Like if you ask every analyst, if you say, okay, now tell me what the biggest question mark for the Browns is, and wait, I mean, it's 99.8% of the population would just say, okay, well, I don't know what they're doing in the quarterback room. There's question marks between Shador and Deshaun Watson. So, but then again, I mean, they do got long shots. There's Dylan Gabriel sitting there. There's Taylor Green, who they drafted. He's sitting there. I think sometimes I feel like people want the Browns to have the land of, like, as many toys, odd moving quarterbacks. Like, hey, like just open tryouts for the Browns. Like, bring dudes off the street or get Watson and 7 quarterbacks. Like, I think they got two or three other like guys, but this master of obvious. Like, I mean, that if you go to Sports Illustrated, you go to CNN, you go to Fox, I don't care, Yahoo, ESPN, you would find that same question mark. So, I mean, yeah, I that's the biggest question mark. What are they going to get at the quarterback position? And the Myles Garrett thing, it was like, okay, well, we got something for him in Jared Verse. So I don't got a problem with what he said. It's just that's just what the obvious part of the Browns situation is right now.
I get what he's saying. Like, the Myles Garrett trade from a team building standpoint doesn't make sense. It's hard to wrap my head around calling it the best move when you traded the best defensive player in football, but
what other move would it be?
If they use those picks well, then it could turn out to be a great move. Yes. Yeah. Now it's all a question mark.
Yeah.
Well, not all a question mark. That's not fair because Jared Verse is already a good player.
Yeah.
But if they waste those other picks and they only got Jared Verse, okay, you got a good player, but you traded a great player. I agree with him on the Tytus Howard thing. Especially signing him to an extension didn't seem like it made much sense. And then, yeah, I mean, the quarterback thing, it is what it is. I don't think any of those guys that he mentions are any good, but whatever.
Hey, if Spencer Rattler is on your list, I mean, that ain't that ain't. And look, they was in a position where they had to restock the whole offensive line. So anytime you I've learned this about free agency. Anytime you got to go back into free agency and somebody is available, if you was really, really that cold, if you was that good,
you wouldn't have made it.
People not going to make it to free agency. Like, free agents is hit or miss. And most of the time, I'm in my career that I've been sitting here, most of the time, free agents are, for the most part, underwhelming. Mm-hmm. You may get a couple years for them. You may get a couple of games. You may get some sparks here or there. But it's difficult to just fill your roster with guys
No.
from other teams in free
But, you-
agency.
but they traded for Tytus Howard,
Yeah.
and they didn't have to extend him.
I mean, I think that means that Zach Zenner, DeJuan Jones, Luke Whippler, the guys that they drafted,
no good.
they didn't believe in them, or they found out they weren't good. So you got to go back and get some other people. So that's a big question mark too. But I'll give them credit. At least they didn't compound the thing by just saying, okay, we're going to go specifically with free agents. They actually addressed it in the draft and drafted guys high, like Spencer Fano, to at least say, okay, we're not counting on guys to just be free agents and hoping they're going to be more healthy than they were. So, you know, they tried to hedge the best they could.
I can't add anything else to what you guys said.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of talking about the quarterbacks. There's nothing to talk about. It's July 3rd. I totally agree on the Tytus Howard thing. There's a reason the Texans moved on from him.
Yeah, and they don't have a good offensive line anyway.
No. And I had no issue with the Myles trade. None. I thought they should have done it last year.
Yeah, I mean,
Bull, I think, you know, we at the point now where I think everybody is getting to the point where it's like, okay, we done talked around circles for years, or for it feels like years.
yeah.
Now it's time to show and prove.
Yeah.
Camp is around the corner. Ain't nothing to talk about. In
3 weeks.
about 2 weeks, we gonna see exactly what you was doing. And now everybody gonna be there.
Yeah.
Fans will come out there, everybody in the media, and we gonna see these preseason games. So we gonna get a chance to see it. I think in July, you better spending your time figuring out if the Cavs gonna do something, or watching the Guardians independent. Because right now for the Browns, ain't nothing new happening.